Hi, and welcome back to the Valencia Property Podcast. And this month you are going back to school as you will learn a bit about Spain through our quiz. Yes, we have a quiz as a new feature this month. Apart from that, we'll tell you all about the year in terms of Valencia Property. We have our second sponsor today, and today we are sponsored by Almuerzos. Almuerzos, one of the main reasons to come and live in Valencia. Nuts, olives, a huge sandwich with a ridiculous number of ingredients, coffee, and a drink, usually alcoholic. Almuerzo is to Valencian mornings what disappointing displays are to fans of both football clubs in the city, essential and a major part of life. I won't tell you how much Almuerzos paid to be a proud sponsor of this very niche podcast, but isn't it a relief not to have a VPN, a Shopify, Total Energies, or some dumb fascist sponsoring something on the internet? And in the theme of today, you have been educated about what an Almuerzo is. And now it's time for more education. So, firstly today we're going to talk about Valencia property market over the last year. It's been defined by solid demand from international buyers, tight rental supply, and steadily rising expectations about lifestyle and quality of life, rather than just price per square meter. In this 5-10 minute segment, let's take a look at what's really been happening in the Valencia property market over the last year. Not just the headline prices, but the demand, the types of buyers coming in, and how the city itself is changing. While Madrid and Barcelona have been in the spotlight for years, Valencia has quietly completed a decade-long transformation into a major European city where you can still live well without needing millionaire money. That combination of quality of life and relative affordability has underpinned the whole market over the last 12 months. In fact, it's underpinned the whole market for the last decade. So, what is the demand and who is buying? From our side, buyer demand has stayed very strong, especially from international clients looking for a real home rather than a speculative investment. Americans in particular continue to be the standout group for us. The latest market data confirms that we at Valencia Property remain the number one choice for American buyers in Valencia, and we now help more of them successfully purchase in certain areas than all of the other agencies combined. Behind that, there's been a noticeable uptick in inquiries from a mix of Northern Europeans and digital professionals who are choosing Valencia over Barcelona, Lisbon, or even some more established cities for digital nomads, because it feels like the smart choice for modern living. A place where you can still get space, sunshine, good schools, and world-class food without the sense that the city has been completely priced out. But prices are going up. How the city and stock are changing. On the ground, one of the biggest shifts this year has been in the type of properties people are looking at and what's actually being built. New build zebra blocks are popping up in various neighborhoods, and we've written about those on the blog, and there'll be a link in the show notes. Those big, white, stripy developments with small terraces and very similar layouts. And certain areas of Valencia are now at the forefront of this, nationwide building surge. And I have to say, unfortunately, I'm not a great fan of the zebra blocks. These new builds do add stock, but they're pretty awful. They also change the feel of neighborhoods and push more buyers to look for character properties in established barrios or neighborhoods, or family houses in places like La Liana, rather than just accepting the same old glass and white cladding apartment. Rentals, availability, and empty homes. On the rental side, the pressure has not eased. The long-term rental crisis in Valencia is still very real. There are ongoing problems with supply, pricing, and owner acceptance of foreign tenants, which is why so many people end up looking at medium-term solutions like those we offer at Stepping Stone Rentals, our sister company. They are furnished, flexible rentals that bridge the gap while you search for your permanent home, whether that's a purchase or a long-term rental. At the same time, one of the questions that keeps coming up, and even made it into a full blog post and podcast segment, is why can't I just buy that empty property I see sitting there? I can see it's empty. Well, the reality is that a lot of apparently empty homes are blocked by inheritance issues, family disputes, legal problems, owners who simply won't sell because they're using the property as a bank, so they don't translate into usable stock for either buyers or renters. How we're working with people and what buyers expect now. So the last year has also been about raising expectations of what a real buyer's agent should actually do. A lot of our content in 2025 on the blog, on the podcast, everywhere we've been, has focused on service, professionalism, empathy, clear communication, and telling the truth about listings, including when something is overpriced or simply not worth it. That's why we've updated our rules for listing, tightened what we put on the site, and doubled down on tools like our first step questionnaire, our consultation calls, and the new 2025-26 definitive guide to buying property in Valencia. Most of our successful deals now start with that structured first contact and a call, not with casual holiday viewings. If you're just turning up and you're here for a couple of days and you want to see something, probably won't happen. So seasonality and how to approach the market. As we're coming up to Christmas, thought we'd best talk about seasonality. It still matters. August remains a terrible month for actual viewings and will always be so. Owners are away, agencies are closed or half-staffed, and a simple "can I see this today" email on a public holiday in mid-August is guaranteed to get a no. And yes, this did happen this year. But August is an excellent month for planning, doing the consultation call, reading the guides that we've got, filling in the questionnaire and getting everything lined up for the September and autumn rush. And the same is true now. Christmas is a good time for doing those things. Fill in the questionnaire, get in touch with us, arrange a call, and we can start the process of finding you your place. So if you're listening to this and thinking about buying in Valencia in the next year, the message from the last 12 months is pretty simple. The city is more attractive than ever. Serious buyers are better prepared than ever and they're ready to go. And the people who get the best results are those who treat this like a real move, not just a spontaneous holiday purchase. Start with clarity, get your team in place, and then we can go out and find the right Valencia property for you. Now let's talk about problems. For those of you who are regulars coming to the website, coming to the blog, you might have noticed that we've been having a problem recently. We've been changing servers of the website and we had major problems. I know you look forward to our off-the-wall property descriptions, or rather tongue-in-cheek blogs, let's say. This last 11 days, there haven't been any. We've moved servers, and as I'm recording this section, we still have issues both on the blog and the main website. But touch wood, I think about an hour ago, we're good to go. Let's put it this way. We decided to move from our ridiculously overpriced and under-resourced hosting company SiteGround to another. I won't say overpriced, but maybe under-resourced hostinger. I'll keep my counsel on them at the moment, but let's just say they haven't started well because I had to threaten to leave them straight away if they didn't pull the finger out and actually do something about one issue we had with the move, which only they could do, and they said, "Oh no, it'll happen naturally." It wasn't going to happen naturally. I know, that should have been a big red flag, but we were too deep into the move at that point and we only had a few days left before our previous hosting contract ran out. If I was speaking to you an hour ago, I couldn't upload photos of properties onto the site. We couldn't get the back end of the blog to speak to the front end of the blog, so new blogs haven't been appearing. We couldn't get search working on the site. Some images had disappeared, and for some reason, every blog entry from March onwards disappeared for a whole week. The forms you contact us with weren't working, and at one stage, I got to the point of doubting my own sanity. And that's a logical thing to do, Graham, I hear you say. I was asked if I was stressed out with the problems, and of course I said, stress doesn't affect me. Yeah, that. I try not to get stressed out about stuff that other people are doing and need to sort, but when it affects the bottom line in the client funnel, then of course it's difficult not to be stressed. So I just go off on one at anyone who comes into contact with me. So if you've been on LinkedIn this week, you'll probably have seen me just calling everyone out. But that might also be something to do with getting older and the fact that I had a birthday last week. And yeah, I'm not stressed, but you know, hopefully in the next week, everything will have settled down and started working as it should. And I can get back to being the chilled out general entertainer rather than a boss. Yeah, that's a office reference, of course. But at the moment, I'm not holding my breath. Let's move on. We've got a quiz. We have a new feature on the podcast today, and it's something in which my colleagues here, David and Paul today, will show their knowledge or otherwise of Valencia and Spain. Otherwise, definitely otherwise. otherwise may be. It's a knockout quiz and it's totally stolen from the Football Ramble, which is a podcast I listen to. I have some lists of things to do with Spain that have something in common, and they have to name one of them, and then the turn passes on to the other until one person fails. So, for example, if we were in another nearby country and I said, name the current First Division teams in France, for example, then one of them would say Paris Saint-Germain, the next would say Marseille, and so forth until someone fails. However, if you went first and fail, then the other contestant has to name another to win the point. It's a best of 3 tournament each episode. And unlike in the Football Ramble, it's a 5-round thing. I don't think we could do that because it takes them about 20 minutes. It shouldn't take us that long. Yeah. I'm not suggesting you're not going to get many answers here, by the way. The question is, if you have to...
Hang on, these questions going to be snooker, food, what did it say you
to do with Spain, I think you could say that it's not going to be snooker. They're not going to be snooker. Okay. But what if it did cycling, for example?
Well, yeah,
you know. Yeah. So the question is, if you are 2-0 up, can you whitewash your opponent, or can they leave with a respectable 2-1? 1-1 takes us to squeaky bum time. There are Valencia Property bragging rights for the next month at stake here. So, as I said, today's contestants are Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hello.
David.
Hello.
Yeah. And just make sure you've got those rules, okay? Because this is the first time we've done this.
Okay.
Okay. So when I ask the question, you'll have a short period of time to maybe write down a few answers, but I can take that out in post-edit if you want. You have a pen and paper, of course, and then we'll start. Remember, you've got about 10 seconds to answer the question. I'll give you a countdown with my hand, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, if you haven't answered. That'll put the pressure on, okay?
Okay.
Right. So, the first question. Can you name the top 20 cities in Spain by population? So while they're just writing down a couple of answers, I have the answers in front of me. So I'll be ticking them off as they say which should give them just enough time to think of your next answer. If you go too slowly, I will start the countdown, of course. Just to let you know, if you're a listener here and you want to participate against one of our colleagues or even today's winner, let me know and we can set up a contest. You have to be in Valencia, and we might even record in our new studio once it's set up. So you'll need to scrub up well because we'll do that on video. Are we ready?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Dave, we will start with you. Name a Spanish city in the top 20.
Madrid.
Okay, Madrid is number 1 with 3.4 million people. It is the biggest city in Spain. Paul?
Barcelona.
Barcelona is the second biggest, as you know. 1.7 million official population. Dave?
Valencia.
Valencia, that's a good one for Valencia Property. And funnily enough, is the 3rd biggest city in Spain with 824,000 officially. So it's half the size of Barcelona, which is half the size of Madrid. Okay, Paul?
Sevilla.
Sevilla. Right, we've done one out of order because Sevilla is no longer the 4th biggest city. It is now 5th with 686,000 people. Dave?
I think I know the 4th. Is it Zaragoza?
It's Zaragoza. It's gone up to 691,000. So it's overtaken Sevilla recently. Paul?
Bilbao.
Bilbao is number 11 with only 347,000. Yep. Dave?
Malaga.
Malaga is the 6th biggest with 592,000 people. Paul?
All right. I'm going to say Alicante.
You're going to say Alicante, and you'd be right, because Alicante is the 10th biggest city, bigger than Bilbao, with 358,000 people. So out of your first 8 answers, we've got 8 of the top 11. So there's still 3 of the biggest ones left, but we're getting to the smaller ones now.
Mm-hmm.
Dave?
Coruña.
La Coruña is number 18, so it just gets in there with 249,000.
Scraped in the bottom of the...
Paul?
Well, I have another Galician one. I wasn't sure which is bigger and which is smaller. I'll stay away from it. I'll say Granada.
Granada, 20th.
What?
Just 20th, 233,000.
Liquor.
Dave?
Cartagena.
Ooh, Cartagena is not on the list. So to win this round, you'll be back in if Paul doesn't get it right, by the way. So to win this round, Paul?
Murcia.
Murcia is the round winner, 471,000. It's actually the 7th biggest city in Spain.
Oh.
Right. Do you want to know the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Palma de Mallorca is 8th with 438,000. Yeah. Las Palmas is after that, 383,000. Have you ever been to Las Palmas?
Never been to Canaries.
Yeah.
I've not been to Las Palmas, so I didn't realize it was so big.
Yeah.
Yeah. After Alicante and Bilbao, the next one is Cordoba. Now, you've been to Cordoba.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, Valladolid,
What's the population order?
324,000. Valladolid, 299,000. The next one was your other Galician one, which is Vigo, which is 295,000. I can guarantee the next one, neither of you would have got.
Cáceres?
No, I'm going to tell you where it is and let's see whether you can get it. It's in Catalonia.
Girona?
Oh.
No.
Reus.
No, it's Hospitalet de Llobregat.
Okay.
Yeah, with 282,000.
It's just like a suburb, though, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
Adelaide?
more or less. Satellite town. It's just got big. After that, you've got Gijón with 270,000. Biggest city in Asturias. It's bigger than Oviedo. Yeah. 17th is Vitoria with 257,000. And the last one that comes in the group is actually also in the Comunidad Valenciana and is?
Castilla.
No.
No, Elche.
Elche with 242,000. Notable absentees include Oviedo, Santander, San Sebastián, Almería, Burgos and León, apart from Cartagena. They all seem like bigger cities than Hospitalet.
Yeah.
To me, you know.
I was going to go San Sebastián next, and then I was thinking Granada.
Yep.
Well, didn't quite get there.
So,
You know why though? Because Cartagena, because it's on the Mediterranean and it's a big port.
Yeah.
It is absolutely, it's huge down there.
It's a good city, actually.
so
Good history.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
You know, segundo. Oh, yeah, never mind.
1-0 to Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second question, pressure's on now. And the second question is a bit more difficult. As I say, there are only 8 answers.
Oh, okay.
The next question is, name the prime ministers of Spain since Franco died in 1975. As I said, there are just 8 in total. So if this is a draw, we have got a tiebreaker. So in this case, Paul, it's your turn to go first. In 50 years, there have been only 8. So name me a prime minister of Spain.
With Pedro Sánchez.
Pedro Sánchez, the current prime minister of Spain. Dave.
Zapatero.
Zapatero, the last PSOE president before this, but in between there was another one, which was? Or do you want another one?
It was the PP guy from Galicia, but no, I go with Adolfo Suárez.
Adolfo Suárez, right? He was the second prime minister of Spain.
Rajoy.
Rajoy, he was the one who split Zapatero and Pedro Sánchez.
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah. Oh, God. What's his name? That horrible little man. But with a...
That could be any of them, really.
Yeah.
I've got one to go.
Oh, what's his
5,
name?
4, 3, 2,
Begins with A.
1. Paul's out. If Dave can get this right, he takes the point.
Aznar.
Aznar is the boy.
Horrible little man. I should have got you.
You gave him too many clues. Horrible little man beginning with A. If you'd have said he sort of had a moustache and then sort of didn't.
No, I was thinking it was the same time as Bush and the weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah,
and I was thinking
that was it.
What was his name? And then it's
Speaking
Bush, Blair and Aznar.
and he had a funny Bush American, Spanish, Mexican accent.
Yeah, Bush, Blair and Aznar were the 3. Coalition of the Willing, I think it was called, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Then I ran out of
It's now
ideas.
1-1.
I didn't know any.
Can you name the other 3 by any chance?
There's that other white-haired fella that came after Suarez. What was his name?
The one after Suarez, I wouldn't have thought is very well known. The one after that is Felipe. Felipe González.
Felipe González and the one before him?
Leopoldo Calvo Sotelo.
Oh, Sotelo, yeah.
Yeah. And the one before that was the last prime minister under Franco as well, which was Carlos Arias Navarro.
I'm really struggling after that now.
Just in case, I did have a tiebreaker, but I think the tiebreaker might have left her at 1-1, unless you know a bit about your history. And somebody I know today has ordered a book about the Spanish Civil War, so might actually be able to get this.
Right.
Yeah. Who was the last Republican PM before Franco took over the country?
No, I
I haven't read your book yet.
No.
Yeah, exactly. The book hasn't arrived yet.
Definitely not.
It was Juan Negrin. Juan Negrin. Okay, so this is the situation we wanted. We've got 1-1 after 2 questions. And so the final question. Now, this might be the most difficult one, the final round. Yeah?
Not for him if it's food.
Right? It's not food, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Well, something might be food, but you know. So what we're going to name here are the top 20 Spanish companies by market capitalization. Okay, the top 20 Spanish companies. Now, some of them are easy. And some of them you might be able to make a quick list of well-known companies, but it gets a bit obscure once we get out the first few. Just to give you a clue, Zara isn't in the list because Zara isn't a company. It's the company that owns Zara that's in the list. Okay?
Yeah.
So, Dave, it's your turn to go first. Can you name me one of the top 20 companies in Spain?
Inditex.
Is number one. That's the company that owns Zara. It is worth $162 billion for some reason this list was in. Yeah, dollars. Paul, have you got one for us?
Santander.
Santander is number 3 on the list and is worth 68 billion. So it's less than half of what Inditex is worth. Dave?
Mercadona.
Mercadona? Are you sure about that?
No, because, well, no.
I'm actually going to give you that, okay? Because otherwise we're not going to go on very far. It's Puig Brands. It is Mercadona. But he's only got one brand, which is Mercadona.
Well, that's like if he had said Zara.
Yeah, no. Go on, next one, Paul.
You know what the company was called?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, all right. We'll give him half a point for that, so.
Like, Seat.
Seat. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I won't be. It's a German company. It was taken over by Volkswagen about 20 years ago, something like that. But as we gave him a clue, we'll continue with we'll carry on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eroski.
That Eroski is a Basque cooperative
Yeah.
and he's not in the list.
Jesus.
So to win, Paul, it's very easy. You just need one company.
Mango?
He's a brand. So Mango isn't in the list either.
Is the name?
So
No, Mango is that one. I think Mango is Mango. But it's
it's
not.
not in the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to get one right to win here. Dave, your turn. And you don't win if he gets one after. I just give a little clue here.
Sabadell.
Sabadell, Banco Sabadell, is not in the list. Yeah, is his 15th.
In that case, BBVA.
Yeah. Recent attempt by BBVA to take over Sabadell would have created the biggest banking group in Spain, but didn't.
I think I have one.
Iberdrola.
Iberdrola is the second biggest company in Spain. Iberdrola is 84 billion, which is still only half of Inditex.
All right. What the hell? Porcelanosa.
Porcelanosa is definitely not on the list, so we have a winner. We have a winner. Dave wins 2-1.
Was Power Electronics already Spain?
Power Electronics is not on the list. Might be in a few years' time. They're doing really well. Okay. Do you want to go through what we got here?
I was
Then?
going to say,
Oh, I can't wait.
I was going to go through the utilities. Endesa.
These are the ones you got to look at. Banks, utilities,
Right, that's two.
yeah. So what we got? You've got the first 4, which is Inditex, Iberdrola, Santander, and BBVA. CaixaBank is next.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. The next one after that is Aena,
Okay.
who run the airports.
Wow.
Yep.
Really?
And then we got Amadeus IT Group, which I suggested is something to do with computers. I've never heard of them. Yep. Then we got Ferrovial, which you see the signs all over the place. They're building Valencia's new stadium at the moment. Infrastructure. Yeah. After that, Naturgy Energy Group. They do electric bills and stuff like that. 10th is Telefonica. I'm really surprised you didn't get Telefonica. Yeah, because it sponsors everything in Spain. Yeah. Endesa is the next one. I've got my electricity bill is from Endesa. Next one is Cellnex Telecom, which I assume are the ones who do O2 or something like that. Some sort of like phone company. Repsol. ACS.
All right.
You know who that is?
No.
No? President of Real Madrid?
Okay.
It's his company. Yeah.
The construction.
Yeah, construction.
Can I just point out, I asked for a coffee before this quiz. I was denied it. I thought you could have your coffee afterwards. My brain wasn't functioning correct.
Right. Because you would have got ACS with the coffee, definitely.
Well, I would have got CaixaBank. There's definitely an asterisk to this win.
There are 4 more, and the second.
You know Berith. I know his name. I wouldn't know his just happened.
The 17th is Redea Corporation. I haven't got a clue who they are. I've never heard of them. 18th is Mapfre, who I have because I've got insurance with them, of course. Yeah. 19th is Bankinter, which is another bank. And the last
Our clients would know that.
yeah. And another one, the last one is Acciona. Acciona. Yeah. They do lots of stuff. We do infrastructure and stuff. We do charges and things like that. So that's it. So we have a winner. Dave, tell everyone how you feel after winning the quiz 2-1.
I'm amazed I beat Paul in a quiz.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Nobody has ever beaten Paul in a one-on-one quiz before, I don't think.
we're gonna have a arm wrestle after the show.
Yeah. get down and dirty.
Yeah. And Paul,
I've had a coffee.
how does it feel, apart from not having a coffee, to lose to Dave?
I'm distraught.
I would be as well. I really would be as well, yeah.
I just say today started off being the best day
Class is permanent.
possibly of my life.
Okay.
I got yes to multiple visits. I got a certificate of infracciones within 5 days.
That was amazing.
Book was that was a miracle. I'm going to see a band with one of my musical idols tonight.
Is that
that I outwit on that.
Who's that?
Peter Buck from REM. His band is
Okay.
playing here.
Right.
And you've ruined it.
We've ruined your day by losing the quiz. And we're quite happy about that, aren't we, Dave? We're happy you've ruined his day, or what?
You know, you have to kind of share it out, don't you? You can't have it all your way.
One day is all I asked her. Universe. What the hell?
Yeah, you'll crash your car on the way home.
Jesus.
On that bombshell.
And on that bombshell, it's the end of the quiz for today. The next time it'll be Dave against somebody else. We'll see who.
Can we have a food one?
I might put the cycling one in because he won't be in it. Nah, I'm not giving you any clues. And that's it for this month, and for this year, unless I have to put out another mini episode to explain our ongoing tech problems, or just to release a mini episode from one of the blog posts. Please feel free to contact us with your questions, your requests, and more for what you want us to do on the podcast, and we look forward to another record year for us next year, as we've just beaten last year's numbers for sales, the value of sales, and the number of happy clients having made the move to Valencia, both in terms of purchases, long-term rentals, and medium-term rentals through our sister company, Stepping Stone Rentals. If you are looking for any of that and wanting to move to Valencia with the most experienced, the most professional, and obviously, after listening to the quiz, the most knowledgeable team here in Valencia, why wouldn't you? Then contact us on the mail information@valencia-property.com. I think that is one thing that is actually working properly and has been working properly all week. We'll get back to you to start your journey to a better life here in Valencia. Join us, and you might even get on the quiz with Dave, Paul, even myself. You know, if I write the questions, I've got an advantage, so somebody else would write the questions in that day. But you know, it's well worth it. We might even record it in our new studio that we've got coming up. We will have a new office and studio in the new year. Anyway, we look forward to hearing from you. To everyone, have a happy Christmas, have a happy new year, and we hope to see you very soon. I know this is coming out well before Christmas, so we might hear from you beforehand. But if we don't, we'll hear from you in January. Let's find you the right place in Valencia.